What's up, Cracka Lack TV? I'm doing a Q&A video. As always, I post a status saying ask me questions about whatever, and then I'll be reading the questions for the first time right now. So let's get right into it. I'm doing all the Facebook questions first, then I'm gonna go to Instagram. Blake Wilson, would you choose working with Lil Yachty or Lil Uzi, and why? Lil Uzi over Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty songs are so stupid that it actually affects my mood after hearing a song on the radio. So Lil Uzi. All right, Squints. Your thoughts on Squints and Bad Influence, hashtag Illuminati. Me and JR Bad Influence, we definitely did a lot in 2016. I appreciate that. We did at least like 5 or 6 beat videos. We linked up with Lil White, Squints, great dude. Love working with the both of you. Tamara Ramona, top 3 things you wish you'd known before you became an entrepreneur. That's a good ass fucking question. Top 3 things I wish I would have known before. I think one is like patience. You expect like results overnight. I remember being 18 and 19, and then I used to write down like goals by 20, goals by 25, goals by 30, and technically, like according to that, I'm supposed to be touring the world right now, making millions of dollars. But you realize that they say reach for the stars but keep your feet on the ground. So even when I fall short of touring the world, making millions of dollars right now, I'm still doing very good because I set goals that were so high that it got me to where I am now, and that's good. That's one reason. Patience, or one thing would be patience. 2 would be organization. I've always been very like I have a journal and a notepad. I stopped doing it probably like last year, but from 2006 to probably 2015 or 16, I kept track of every single dollar that I spent and made. So for example, right now, if we were in person and you handed me $10 for something, in my journal, I would write your name with a $10 and an arrow pointing up. And if I would stop at a pop machine and buy a drink and spend $2, I would write drink, $2 down. When you get really organized and you keep track of everything, you're very in tune with exactly where you're at, and that's what you need. You need to know exactly how much you're spending and how much you're making. And just recently, like QuickBooks is God when it comes to organization and business. 3 would be, I knew money was important, but like money is oxygen when it comes to business and opportunities. So like if you don't have money, it's hard for you to get opportunities, and the more money you have, the more opportunities you have to make more money. That's why the rich get richer. Orlando, how do you feel about the R&B scene at Lansing? Also thoughts on that introducing rhythm and blues. R&B scene in Lansing, I feel like it was hot back in like 2004, 2005, 2006, and that was Harvey Lee, so shout out to Harvey Lee. Since then, it's really been dead, so hopefully you can bring it back to life. And then my thoughts on the CD, I think I had told you, it was like you guys had good beats and good songs, but just the actual quality, so if you would redo the CD at a different studio, at the crack house and get it recorded and mixed properly, it would be top notch. It was good music, but just the quality. And I've always said this, if you have bad quality, it doesn't matter how hot the song is, how hot the verse is, the bars, the beat, no one will listen to music that's bad quality, my personal opinion. Alyssa, filming right now. If you ever moved out of Lansing, where would you move and why? I feel like if I answered this question at like different times in my life, the answer would be completely different. Right after high school, it would have been New York. And then for a while, it would be like Florida and Atlanta. As of recently, it'd be more like Atlanta. I guess today, it would probably be like Houston, Texas, maybe. I say like Southern Florida's like a second home. And yeah.
Take me with you?
And yes, I would take you with me. Jason, he's got 2 questions. First, who or what inspired you to get into the music industry and why? Shout out to my boy Treed. I was 15, staying the night at a friend's house. When I woke up, he had a $10 computer mic plugged into the computer and it had a sock over it. And he's like spitting a verse. And I was like, yo, what are you doing? And then he was like, man, I just made this beat and now I'm recording a song to it, blah, blah, blah. You should try it, it's fun, you know. I was just thinking, you know, I'm white, I can't rap, I'm not Eminem, not Vanilla Ice, whatever. And he was like, yo, just do it. You know, you can be like Eminem and 8 Mile and almost like make fun of yourself, like call yourself, like, you know. I was like, what, am I gonna be Cracka the rapper? And it was just like Cracka Lack, Cracka Lack, Cracka Lack. You know, people say, let's get it Cracka Lack and Cracka Lack, whatever. So I just stuck with it. And once I started doing it when I was 15, before that day, my interests were like working out and sports and stuff like that, hanging out, video games, and then it turned into music. And I stopped playing sports and I've done music consistently since I was 15 years old to this day. All right, besides money and your family, what drives your work ethic and motivation to a higher level? I have a lot of wants out of life. You know, you only have one life, so I want a lot out of life. Like I want to do so many things, and I understand that you have to work. So like if you have a lot of wants, you should have a lot of work, put in a lot of work. So I get that, and so I'm motivated. I love doing what I do. Mike, if there's a horse in a pony racing, who's gonna win? The fucking horse. All right, Juan. Have you reached any of your goals this far? Yes, I've reached a fuckload of my goals. The thing with setting goals is you always set like, okay, so you have a big goal. Now you set small goals that lead up into the big goals. So like, it wouldn't just be like get signed as a rapper. It would be like schedule a studio session, write a song, get the song mixed, or record a song, get song mixed, shoot a video, buy another beat. You know, all these would be little goals that lead you to the big goal. So every week I have maybe 20 goals, and then I do them, and then every month I have goals, every year I have goals. So definitely big into setting goals and actually achieving them too, not just dreaming. All right, Ray, 5 most important tips when mixing and mastering and how to mix tracks for live performances. Live performances, I've never even touched that, so I wouldn't be the guy to give you tips for live performances. As far as mixing and mastering, my process is, for mixing, is I always compress the vocals first because it's never gonna be constant. And for people watching that, you don't know what compression is. There's certain parts when people are rapping or singing and it gets a little too loud, and then there's parts where they get quieter. So what a compressor does is it kind of makes everything about the same volume. Then I go into EQing, and EQing, the first thing I do is I remove bad frequencies. So every person's voice is different. There's certain frequencies in my voice, in your voice, that sound bad on the mic. So what you do is you turn those down first, usually 2 or 3 different frequencies, and then you start boosting, and a lot of it is you boost some high end, which would be like treble if you're in a car, and then you take out some bass in their voice, and yeah, from there then you just get into more stuff like delays and reverbs, de-essers. Alyssa, again, what about yourself makes you the proudest? I posted a picture one time and I said, it was a picture of me in a studio in Indiana making a beat, and I said, a guy from Lansing that executes. I think the fact that so many people say that they want to do something, but like their actions don't back it up at all, and that's like my biggest pet peeve that drives me crazy, because no one ever comes in the studio and says, all right, I'll never be back again, I'm about to fall off, I'm never gonna make another song again, I'll shoot a video in like 2 years. No, they always say, oh, I'll be back next week, oh, I'm gonna drop a mixtape, I'm dropping videos, oh, I'm about to take over. Every single person says that, and 99% of them are lying, or that, you know, they don't back it up. So my biggest thing is I execute and I'm consistent. Gutta, he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, what you rate our local rap scene, and what gives you drive to keep believing you can one day be the bridge to the industry from the L? I'm definitely not gonna give you the answer that everyone says. And okay, in Lansing, is there talent? Yes, there's a lot of talent. I think in the world, there's talent everywhere. And getting back to where I was talking about money and opportunity, Lansing's a very poor city. Money and opportunity, they go hand in hand. So if you don't have money and it's a very poor city, there's not a lot of opportunity. So all that talent that's there, they don't have the money to actually make an opportunity to do something for themselves. And so it's hard for me to see, because it may seem like I'm just trying to make money, but if I even like remove myself from Cracka Lack shoes and I'm no longer a producer and I'm just your friend, I would tell you like, yo, you got talent, you need to start dropping videos, you need to stay in the studio, live in the studio, try to move into the studio, like drop mixtapes, drop videos, like, but to drop mixtapes, to stay in the studio, to drop videos, all that stuff, it costs money. Coming from my mouth, it sounds like I'm just money hungry, like, oh, everyone needs to drop 20, 30 videos. Well, that means they're paying me for all these videos, but just, you have to take the advice like you're not paying me. Like, you need to, whether it's me that you pay for videos or the next guy, every rapper watching this, you should buy a calendar from Walmart. It's $5. I know it's a lot of times when people come to the studio, they'll be like, man, I ain't been in here in a few weeks. And when I open up their folder, they haven't been there for 4 or 5 months. So it's like in their head, they feel like, oh, I haven't been here for a few weeks. But maybe if they had a calendar that it would just keep them on track, like, man, it's about to be the end of the month and I haven't done anything positive to do with my music career. I haven't put out a mixtape in 2 years. I haven't put out a video in 2 years. From me traveling to big cities, right? When I was in Atlanta, I seen these dudes, they were in the studio for about 5 hours. They had dropped a song, they shot an in-studio performance to the song. Then they paid this dude who, I don't know his actual name, but he looked like Lil Yachty. He had a grill, gold chains, all that. They paid him, they did a song with him. Then they go out in the parking lot and they shoot a video. And it just seems like they do that every single day. When I travel, I see it. Like, these dudes they're shooting a video. They're putting out a new song and a video. What are you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm probably shooting another video. I live in Lansing, so I'm trying to get my city where I live to follow suit. But it's like the whole small-minded thing. If people have never left Lansing their whole life, they don't see the shit that I see. They don't see that these dudes are dropping 20, 30 videos in a year and they're dropping 1 video every 4 years. Competition, like, just everyone needs to work a lot harder, set goals and be consistent. That's the last question, so that's the end of this Q&A. Lots of more videos coming soon. I know what you think of where to get the shirt. YouTube 20 for 20% off RoyalLegacyClothing.com. Kings and Queens wear crowns. That's the end of the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment, share the video, subscribe for more. And yeah, Cracka Lack TV, we out.